Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Precious Metal Summit 2019 here in Zurich, and for the first time live trading now since 23rd September, HighGold mining. And with me here is Darwin Green, the President and CEO of the company. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you here, and a brand new company. That's fantastic. So where about you are working? I saw something like Alaska and Ontario, right?
Yeah, we're North American focused, and we're focused on high-grade gold, hence HighGold.
Fantastic. Let's start with Alaska. What's the take on that?
Yeah, well, it's a really, really neat opportunity. It's a project that was discovered in the early 80s, advanced into the mid-90s by some really good companies, and then just got shelved, and it got frozen in time. It's missed the last 2 or 3 exploration cycles, and it was brought to us recently, and we're gonna have a good run at it.
And for what they're starting to explore there?
Yeah, so we're fresh
gold,
out.
Obviously, yeah.
We're fresh out of the gates. We just completed a 9-hole drill program there. It's a high-grade gold system, but it's an interesting system because we've got fantastically high-grade gold with base metals, and it's produced 100-meter intersections of plus 10 grams gold, multiple. So it catches people's eyes for sure.
Fantastic. And of course you want to do that 2020 forced exploration, I would call it.
Yeah. So we raised about just under $8 million with our initial listing. We just announced a bought deal on Friday for another $9 million. And so we're going to be well funded to hit this really hard next season. We got the first 2 holes out last week. We've got 7 more holes to release from the current drill program. And then our intent is to generate a first ever compliant resource for the project.
Fantastic. As we are now already in the finances, because before we come to the Canadian project, who are your major shareholders? I saw some big names like Rob McEwen and Sprott Fund, etc. Can you comment a bit on that?
Yeah.
How did it come on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I worked hard to build a solid team, a solid board, and solid shareholders, and I think the assets speak for themselves. And we were able to secure Rob McEwen as a major initial investor. We also have a large North American gold producer as an investor.
Can you say the name, or?
I can't right now.
You
Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Okay,
But it's a quality name. It's a quality name, and Electrum Fund is also in the story. So we've got a fantastic shareholder roster for sure. And the latest financing we just did is bringing in some other solid names. So tremendous amount of support. I think high-grade gold in North America. There's a real appetite for that. It's a stable jurisdiction. These kind of assets are they're a wanted commodity out there.
Definitely. I mean, gold is not only the flavor of the month, I would say it's the flavor of the next decade for sure, because it's insurance and it's security. So let's come to Ontario. What's going on there? Yeah,
so we have a basket of 3 properties in Ontario. They're kind of in the greater Timmins camp, Canada's top gold producing camp. We have 2 very large land packages, both north and south of Timmins proper, and then we've got this other property package that's really the crown jewel. It was one that our close associates had a family connection with. It was in private hands forever. It was produced some of the highest grade gold Ontario's ever seen. They've got samples in the Royal Ontario Museum, like literally in the percents. Like it's beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Wow.
It was mined from 1914 to the 30s, intermittently. And it's a little bit more of a raw exploration play because they did mine that mineralization out, but we're trying to find more of it, and we've got a great model to find more of it. And certainly the payday is huge if you can tag into that kind of mineralization.
Well, I believe that. So what is the workflow for that project next year? How many meters you want to drill, targeting geophysics, etc., etc.?
Yeah, so we've got guys on the ground right now doing some geophysics, doing some basically drill tee-up work so that we can hit it sometime February, March, April of 2020, get our permits in place. As I say, we've got the cash to do it. We're looking at sort of a $1.5 to $2 million program, maybe 5,000 to 10,000 meters there, and at our other properties as well. Just kind of initial get to know them kind of type drill programs there. But and then we're going to roll. Additional news flow. We'll have the resource estimate expected out in the first 4 months of 2020 for Johnson back in Alaska, and then once we're finished drilling in Timmins, we'll be rolling right into drilling at Johnson in Alaska. So really steady news flow right on through. We've got 2 or 3 more news releases probably to come from our drilling that we just completed. So between now and Christmas.
Yeah, fantastic. So what's the longer term take on both projects? I mean, that you have this kind of shareholder base is for me a bit of the how can I say that, smells a little bit like future production, maybe merge with somebody, big joint venture, because those guys are investing when they sniff the bigger, projects, right?
I mean, in simple terms, I think our Johnson Tract project, it's produced multiple intersections of better than 100 meters, of better than 10 grams per ton, and while it's not true thickness, those are big widths. And there's very few deposits that generate systems that generate that kind of mineralization. So I think there's a pretty high level of conviction amongst ourselves and our shareholders that there's quite a bit more to be found. It's a really unique situation that's sat there with nothing done on it for 25 years. And so we're able to walk in and just, it's missed 2 or 3 cycles of exploration, right?
That's right.
And so the target, our major producer is not here for a sub-million ounce type system. We're all in this to find a big multi-million ounce deposit.
And build a big mine on it?
Yeah, high grade underground type mine, but that's the idea. No, exactly. And do that as quickly as we can. We've got the capital now to do it. In Alaska, we've got a 5-month exploration season. I want to get a year to year and a half's worth of work done in one 5-month exploration season. So we'll be very active. We'll be, there's lots of targets to test.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, we're excited.
Great. Question, of course, about the infrastructure in Alaska, because I saw on your presentation you're very close to a tidewater.
Yeah. So Alaska is an enormous state. I think a lot of people don't realize how big it is.
It is.
And how starved it is for infrastructure. Roads are hard to come by. Being on tidewater is king. Everything can come in by barge. We're close to communities, but we're not in a community also, which is kind of ideal. And certainly Johnson, if it does go to production, will produce a copper and zinc concentrate along with the gold.
Which you could ship out there.
Exactly. Perfect. And so we're a closer shipping distance to Asian smelting markets than virtually anywhere else in North America. So it's beautifully located.
Super, fantastic. Sounds like a great game plan you have put together. Right, shareholders you have the money. I would say, all the best for that. And please keep us informed, and we look forward to some good news flow.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. It's been a great start.
Thank you very much. Great. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was Darwin Green from HighGold Mining, the president and CEO, and you heard a brand new company, brand new projects put together. Even the projects are a little bit older, of course, not brand new, but they have really assembled Alaska and Ontario. And it looks to me like, with those shareholders on board, probably some more future mines here for Canada for high-grade gold. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.